You are now listening to KRAN's podcast, Stories Without Limits. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to our podcast, Stories Without Limit, where we explore stories of resilient identity and community. I'm your host, Prishan, one of the media ambassadors, and I'm really excited today to welcome everyone to our podcast. It's been a long time since our last time we had the podcast. In today's episode, we will be diving into the Family Matters KRAN's Oral History Project, a powerful story that captured the voices and experience of individuals that have been part of KRAN supporting young refugees and asylum seekers in the country. Joining me today, KRAN's youth ambassador who have been deeply involved in this project, Obaida and Shahab. Welcome to the podcast. Before we get into the details, could you please introduce yourself and tell us about your role at KRAN?
So my name is Obaida and I am one of the youth ambassadors at Kent Refugee Action Network, and my role is to raise the young people voice in the KRAN and help shape and develop KRAN based on their voice.
Hi everyone, my name is Shahab. I'm one of the youth ambassadors here at KRAN. As a part of our role, we work with our young people. We basically share their voice, listen to their problems, and we share it with KRAN. As a part of our role, we also joined activities, working in projects, and also we have like the youth forum, which is once a month, and we inviting our young people, listening to their issues, and sharing with KRAN.
Thank you so much for sharing, Shahab and Obaida. I know that they have been ambassadors. There's lots of things going on, especially with internally and externally for the young people outside going for colleges, but also like helping the young people in the classes. For today's podcast is obviously about Family Matters, which is KRAN's oral history. Tell me about the project. How was it started, and what was the idea? Like, how was it?
As you mentioned, it's about KRAN Family Matters. It's all about KRAN history and how it was it started in the beginning and and how it became what it is right now.
Yeah.
So the Oral History Project is all about, instead of writing down oh, this happened. So we thought we'll bring the live voice and the emotions behind the voices, to share their experience in the KRAN, as either as a staff member or a young person. And that's how it started. How was the idea about it?
And the involvement, how is it, who started? I know it's just, obviously there are so many stories like this being shared, and I do remember I had to do the interviews as well with one of you as well. And but how is it started? What was the approach?
We were approached by someone called Anna Cole from University of Portsmouth, and she's an oral historian consultant.
Sure.
And she proposed the idea of okay, here's the idea about doing an oral history project, and KRAN was why not doing it?
Of course. And I think this is the project, it would involve not only just for the public to understand how KRAN started, but also for the young people who every time we see newly who comes here, but they also to help them to understand what sort of services is there to provide for them. So I just want to know the importance of the recording. Obviously you did share that it's more about giving life to those stories by obviously listening to the recording and these stories. But why do you think it's important? What's the main goal is for that?
Yeah, so the main goal is basically as we all know, KRAN through this all years did an amazing job changing lots of young people's life, and this kind-hearted people who just start all this. It's a really good thing to know more about them, especially for the public and also the new generation of refugees coming to this country, to know how KRAN started. So basically, it's about kind of appreciation about those people who were there in those difficult days for the refugees, which there was no such organization to help them.
Sure.
So, and also know more about KRAN, and so any member of the public who wants to know more about KRAN, so they can basically access to this oral history project and know more about KRAN.
Sure, indeed. But also, like, again, you mentioned, like, because I do remember, like, the volunteers, it was different. It was some people volunteering, some people that were working in KRAN, some of them who been a mentors, like, who also, like, share their stories. And I think it's one of things, a goal that they, to achieve that kind of aspect. But indeed, there is obviously challenges, and there's a lot of things that when you guys been collecting all these stories. So what's the challenge, and how was it? How was it collecting the stories?
Oh, definitely. Like, in every project, there's a challenge, and one of the challenges we face is definitely like the technical issues.
Indeed.
Like, in every project, there's always like this technical issue you have to deal with, and you spend like at least 1 hour fixing it, and
Sure.
It's such an annoying thing. But definitely technical issues, and one in my opinion, this is the major challenge we had is. Because we've worked with lots of young people, and we saw them thrive in the community and go beyond their potential and in their life. But
Sure.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get in touch with them because it's either we lost contact or they moved to another city. And I thought, what a waste of opportunity to speak about, how they achieved in their life, the support they had, either from KRAN or somewhere else. But, we saw them go beyond their limits, and unfortunately, we couldn't tell their story.
Sure. I mean, to be honest, like when it comes to technical issue, even doing a podcast, it's like me and my colleague, it took us a long time just to keep recording and keep checking and stuff. So in terms of technical issue, definitely we need a professional in that kind of aspect. But I think it's like was the during all these challenges and to trying to put things together, but it's the outcome that's just make you like more like kind of the hopeful and then more like be happy about the result. So then I just want to know like how is these stories is going to be used and how is it shared? So obviously we moved from this part and this part, but how is it going to be used?
First of all, I just want to say thanks to Beth Ostrich. She's one of the staff member at Kent Library. She really helped us through this whole project. I mean, without her, it would be really difficult.
Yeah.
It's just like basically in the Spatial Collection Archive in Kent Library, University of Kent.
Sure.
And any member of the public can access it easily. So anyone who's interested to listen to it, so they can just access it through their website or just go to the library.
Sure, indeed. I think you've answered another question that I was going to ask. Like, what would you like the community to take away from this project?
When KRAN first started, it was really difficult.
Sure.
I mean, starting any organization is difficult, but especially like working with refugees and like founding and all those like knowing about the different cultures. It was a really difficult thing for the staff members at the time.
Of course.
So it's good to member of public or people who knows more about these kind-hearted people who just like they start everything like to change people's life and like to take away like a kindness and like give an opportunity to people who just coming from the other side of the world because of war or issues they have in their countries and just helping them. So it's basically just like a human act. So
of course.
Yeah.
And I think it's just even from my aspect and I surely know that every individual of us who come across the KRAN that would love people to understand not only just what KRANs do, but also the stories of young people and how starting from really scratch and how starting new life, as you said, they're coming from another world and with all of these difficulties, but to be here and then to be with the community and learning, I think is the story that need to be told every day to day for outside. And we always do that. And even you guys as an ambassador, you go for the colleges and speak with universities as well. So thank you so much for sharing and for the experience and with everything that you guys do. And I guess it's like it never ends here. We always like have to continue share those stories. And I would like to say special thanks to everyone who took part in this project and sharing their story, working or volunteering with KRAN. And a massive thanks to the National Lottery Fund for funding this project and make it possible. Obaida and Shahab, thank you so much for sharing your insights and experience with us. For our listener, if you would like to learn more about KRAN, please get involved. Visit our website, www.kran.org. kent.kran.org.uk. For our listeners, or if you'd like to listen for the recording or to access the recording, please go to the University of Kent Special Collection and Archives Reading Room, which is be open by appointment only from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tuesday to Friday. If you would like to email anyone, it's a specialcollection@kent.ac.uk. These will be available later this year. And last thing from me, thank you so much for tuning in. And till next time, stay safe and stay connected.